Navigating the unknown, guiding undecided buyers. Guys, that's not easy, right? I mean, you have undecided buyers. You want them to just be focused, find the right place. We're going to talk all about it today. Guys, I'm Dan Gorfinkle with eXp Realty, sharing my best stuff week in and week out. I've helped hundreds of people buy and sell properties. I've helped countless people in terms of mentorship. Here to help you. Anytime you need anything, just reach out to me, say the word. I'm here to lend a hand. Guiding undecided buyers. It's not an easy one. I've had people come from out of state, out of town, and they're like, we're yours. We're ready to find a property. We don't know anything about the area. We're flexible. We'll go anywhere you suggest or within reason. Or our highlights, our hot buttons are schools, good area, proximity to Boston, all those different aspects to them are enough to find a house. And we as realtors, a lot of times we love when someone says, I want to focus in on this specific town or this area, keep it within a tight radius. And that's not always the case. So what you have to do, or what the best thing you can do so you can avoid burnout with your buyer, is you talk through the specific areas that they're interested in. Find those areas. If they're not interested in anything, like I said, then what you need to do is you need to sit down. You almost can just pull out a map, or obviously look online at a map, and just specify what are these areas that are either like within I-95, I-495, those areas within relative proximity to the city, or west of 495 or west of 95, wherever it may be. You want to make sure that you're narrowing down the town. And the best way to do that is obviously you plant the seeds, but you also look at average and median sale prices. The data doesn't lie. You have to look into those numbers, the metrics of a specific town. If they're looking for a $500,000 town in $1 million area, burst their bubble right away. It's better than kind of going down the path and showing them properties that are going to just leave them disappointed and feeling not happy about the whole search, right? I mean, we all want something that's nice. There's seldom instances where a buyer comes to me and says, I'm happy to put in as much sweat equity as possible. I love fixer-uppers. By and large, people want to move into something that they're going to feel good about. And you as the realtor, you want to show them properties that they're going to feel good about, right? So all this stuff makes logical sense. I've kind of approached the business from that standpoint, logic, but at the same time, you also want to cater to the best of your ability to what your client wants, right? So, I mean, you don't want to impart your own vision or your own thought process as far as what you want them to buy. It's really what the client wants. And I know that goes without saying, but the reality is when they're undecided, you're having to bring in a lot of your ideologies or thought processes about a given area, a given town, about certain school systems. That's a slippery slope, right? The minute you start putting your own ideas and thoughts into something that's for them, it's a potential risk element, right? You don't want something to backfire where you lead them down a path they buy in an area where they're ultimately unhappy with based on your guidance. So your guidance needs to be their own thought processes. You're helping guide them in the right direction, but really by and large, it needs to be coming from them. So if they're coming from out of state and they don't know exactly where they want to be, you have to highlight the given areas. You have to, in a perfect scenario, have them visit the town center, have breakfast there, have lunch, just get a feel for the vibe. Because every town, the cool thing about our area, the greater Boston area specifically, or even most of Massachusetts or New England for that matter, is that there's so much variability from town to town. There's so much where you're able to kind of have a great experience in one town, or it may feel that it suits you versus another town may feel more suitable for somebody else. So it's really that upfront legwork that you can help them do on their own, that homework. And then what you can also do, what I've done in many instances, is I've given people town summaries, like basically statistical reports based on a given town, as far as, you know, the overall population, what the school ranking is within the state, what the taxes are, all those hard facts that they're able to kind of take and adopt in their own mind as far as like, this may be a good town for us, or this absolutely is not a good town for us, based on affordability, based on desirability, all those things that you want to do when you're having undecided buyers come to you and say, we're yours, we'll do anything you want in terms of buying. And the bottom line is, they may come with that notion, But after a period of time, if you let them go on that track, there are going to be a lot of dissatisfaction. There's going to be a lot of instances where you're not doing your job. So your job is to help them come to a conclusion on their own based on the information you give them, and based on, it's kind of an amalgamation of information from yourself, from maybe their coworkers, their families, their own research. Everything that you can kind of combine into one will help those undecided buyers become confident buyers, who will be decisive, and who won't lead you on a wild goose chase. It's not what they want. It's not what's best for them either. So that's kind of just the top line view of what it takes to help someone who's undecided. Once again, Dan Gorfinkle, eXp Realty, 617-820-8085. Hit me up on this channel, shoot me a text, email me, whatever you want to do to get in touch with me. Every single week, you'll see me right here, and look forward to catching up soon. Thanks again.